Welcome to the Quadra V-Tech mod for Assetto Corsa. This video will showcase the car's main features and explain the decision process behind them. A download link shall be in the description along with credits. Let's begin. The Quadra V-Tech is a fictional car that exists in the dystopian environment of Cyberpunk 2077. In the real world, as of the release of this video, the virtual car is still a mystery, since the game where it will star will still take a couple of months to be released. But this fact alone won't stop fans from interpreting elements of the franchise in their own ways. This mod is exactly that. It's my interpretation of what a car like the V-Tech could be and how driving it would translate to a car simulator. With that said, many performance aspects and features are implemented in this version of the car may not correspond to how the V-Tech will be presented in Cyberpunk 2077. Let's go through them. The Quadra V-Tech, or Turbo R, oozes 1980s supercar style, but it was created in a future that never happened, where mechanical and electronic enhancement of everything is commonplace. That enhancement is expensive though, and can maybe more from a sense of need than of desire, where the usefulness of said features overweights their looks, function over form. People from that world got used to the presence of those things in their most raw and brute forms. They don't generally expect technology to present itself in a subtle and seamless way. In this world, one can feel technology. I wanted my interpretation of the Quadra V-Tech to evoke that concept by filling it with the expressive and raw versions of what was state-of-the-art supercar technology in the 80s, or at least their equivalents in the world of Cyberpunk 2077. Also, given its role in the game, I believe the V-Tech must be able to blend into the streets of that world, and therefore it isn't the equivalent to a hypercar from today's real world. It's closer to a very fast but mid-range supercar. Now let's talk about some of the main features and performance aspects of the Quadra V-Tech in this mod. In my interpretation, the powertrain is a hybrid between a high-revving turbocharged internal combustion engine and electric motors with energy recovery system. The electric part of the powertrain is not limited by today's technology and works a little bit different to a real-world electric engine. First, it activates when the vehicle is stopped and keeps going for a couple thousand RPMs, giving the turbos time to spool. Then, the electric system shuts down until much later, when it activates again in V-Tech mode, giving an extra boost for high-speed driving. If preferred by the driver, the combustion engine can idle and be launched with a clutch. By itself, the gas engine can produce around 900 horsepower, enough to propel the car to a little over 400 km an hour in 6th gear. With a full electric charge though, the V-Tech is able to use an extra gear and climb over 450 km an hour. In this mod, the Quadra part of the name is represented by an electronically controlled all-wheel drive system, which works in tandem with low-frequency ABS. The car also features all-wheel steer and active aerodynamics. My goal is for the handling to feel quick and even a little bit arcadey, and to help with that, I fitted the car with better than real tires. But all that help doesn't mean the car drives itself, and there's plenty of room for error. Overshooting a corner speed will mean disaster. Finding smoothness in its raw controls is a challenge for the driver. I'd like to end the video by talking about some known bugs and future plans for this mod. I brought this car into Assetto Corsa when I had the chance to use the 3D model made by Tensor in another project. It's safe to say that I didn't take enough time to properly troubleshoot the mod, and it's still very crude. I intend on slowly developing the mod to reach the best quality possible with both vanilla Assetto Corsa installations and CSP. If you are an experienced modder and wish to help, you are very welcome to get in touch in the comments of this video. Some of the main problems I can list right now are the following. The scale is a little bit off, driver animations are broken, there is no proper interior, just a placeholder with no gauges, and I don't think the current sounds suit the car. In future versions, physics tuning might happen too, but I'm quite happy with the package of features I offered in this version of the car. Maybe, when Cyberpunk 2077 is finally released, we can make a secondary version of the car to better represent its performance in the game. Just as a disclaimer, I state that I own no rights for the design, which is property of CD Projekt, the developers of Cyberpunk 2077. The 3D model used here is a fan work made by Tensor, and this mod is also fan work with no commercial aspirations. Even this YouTube channel is not monetized. For resources like sounds and simple textures and physics files, I try to go with standard Kunos content. I fiddled with a lot of random stuff though, and if you find anything created by someone not listed in the video description, please let me know so I can add proper credits. Thanks a lot, and bye.